Hello, my name's Helen Rutter, and to celebrate the launch of my new book, Advice from a 12-Year-Old Nobody, I am going to be answering some of your questions all about writing. So in the story, Advice from a 12-Year-Old Nobody, Vinny answers some agony ant questions, you know, in the way that only a 12-year-old boy could. And so today I'm answering your questions, but maybe slightly differently to the way that Vinny would. So I think ideas are all around us all the time, flying around like little butterflies, and lots of those ideas are terrible. Usually my ideas are bad ideas. Do you ever have that where you have an idea land in your brain and you go, oh, that is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway? Yeah, I have lots of them. But occasionally you get an amazing idea that lands in your brain and makes you sit up straight and your eyes open wide and you go, oh, that is a good one. So I spend a lot of my time waiting for those ideas to land, and they land in different places. Sometimes when I'm sitting in my chair bored, sometimes when I walk to the top of a very big hill with my dog, ideas hang out there. They hang out in the shower. They hang out when I wake up in the morning. They hang out on trains. So that's where I go searching for my ideas. But where do you go searching for your ideas? That is a very good question, whoever asked me that. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't is the answer. So in some of my books, I plan it out. So there's two different types of writer, plotters and pantsters. Plotters plan it all out before they start, and pantsters fly by the seat of their pants and don't know what's going to happen. And I'm a bit of a mix-up. Some books that I write that have difficult plot in them and are quite complicated, I like to plot them out. But some of my books, I don't know what's going to happen. And I didn't know what was going to happen in Advice from a 12-Year-Old Nobody. And I really love writing books where I don't know what's going to happen, because then the characters can surprise me. And that's one of my favourite bits about writing, is when the story surprises me. Not at all. I had no idea. I never thought that I would be able to write a book. My teachers probably never thought that I would be able to write a book either. So it's a big, big surprise to me, a very happy surprise that I found it, that I found writing and that I love it so much. Now, I don't like to call it writer's block because I think that gives it too much power. So I don't call it that, but sometimes I get stuck. Sometimes that voice in my head that gets a bit loud. I think we've all got this voice that starts getting a bit loud and saying, this is a bit rubbish. You're not going to be able to do that very well. Sometimes that voice gets a bit loud. And my top tip, if we ever get stuck with our writing, is don't get it right, get it written. That is my top tip for you all. They are all of the characters that I ever write have things taken, stolen from real life people that I see out and about, people that I know very, very well. And I'll take things from all of those people and then put them together and create a character. I think real life is the best place to start when we're building our characters. So keep your eyes open and your ears open and look around you and start using things that people do and people say to start building your characters. So I have got quicker. That's what happens when you do something a lot, you do get better at it, and I've got quicker. So now I am writing 2 books every year. When I started, my first book took 2.5 years to write. So I've definitely got quicker. So I loved an author called Judy Blume. She was my favourite author. When I was growing up, I would read all of her books again and again and again. I would reread them until they fell apart. I don't do that anymore. As an adult, I don't reread books like that, but I used to love it. It felt like a comfort blanket. But now I don't do. Maybe I should try that again. I'm going to go off now and I'm going to reread some old Judy Blume books. I think that's all of my questions. Thank you so much for asking such brilliant questions, and I hope I've answered them. Happy reading to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.